So hey guys, and welcome to another episode of AMZ's Corner here at Approved Auto in Plastow. So yeah, today let me open the door here. It's pretty nasty out today. It's cold. It's in the mid 30s, low 30s or so. I had a little work to do on the GMC and the Dodge Dakota. I had to put the gas tank back in. I got that done this morning. I got a little time to kill. It's only like 9:45, and it's the day we turn the clocks back. So my system's all like, hey, it's pretty darn early still. So I figure I'd get these taken care of, and then I don't know if you can see it, but there's snowflakes. There's little snowflakes flying around right now. So you know what that means? That means it's rust season up here in New England. We're right in the middle of the rust belt, and I got a few little issues going on with the fenders on the 9000. You can see down there a little crustiness. So I want to show you guys what I use on customers' vehicles and my own vehicles. It's what I used on the Sonnet to help to stop that rust. So let's. I got my keys. Probably don't have my keys on me. Yeah, so I gotta get the keys. Well, anyway, we'll take a walk over here, and I'll show you what we use. We'll grab some keys at the same time. I got two bottles here. Now, this brand is Rust Mort. It's I don't know if we can read it. I don't know if it's gonna focus. Come on, focus on my thumb. Well, anyways, it's this stuff's 75%. Here's another bottle. This bottle's actually empty, but we'll take it over anyway. This stuff here is 75% phosphoric acid, and I know I've explained it in my videos before, but what this does is it gets in and changes the chemical composition of rusted metal from. What is it? If I remember right, I might get this wrong. It's been a while since I've talked about it. From rust, which is iron oxide, it goes in and converts that to ferric phosphate, which is kind of it's almost a coating that the rust turns into that doesn't allow. I didn't even grab the keys. You believe that? Here I am yabbering. I didn't even get what I went inside for. Anyway, it turns the rust into ferric phosphate, which is kind of like a galvanizing compound. It almost makes like a galvanized coating on the metal that oxygen and hydrogen can't get in past that coating to make any of the rusted metal rust any further. And something else that happened the other day, we had some nice warm weather. The roads were nice and hot, and I put my new tires on the front, and I cranked up the boost. I cranked it up. I wanted to do one full power pull, and these tires are softer than those Continentals, and boy, they hooked up awful hard. This thing launched like a friggin' rocket. However, I think it blew the motor mounts I just put in. I think it ripped all the motor mounts right off when it hooked up. I felt a slam and a pop, and now, close the door. Now every time I get on it, or I just drive it and accelerate, I can feel the motor. I gotta get my prop rods fixed. You gotta just bear with me a second here. Had to put my trusty prop rod up. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I blew all my motor mounts. That tranny mount down there. That doesn't look too bad. Maybe I just took out. I definitely took that one out. Definitely took that torque one out. And I think I blew You can see it way down low. I got the light kind of whiten it out. That's a low. I think I blew those mounts out that I just put in. So that's pretty awesome. That's awesome there as hell. That's freaking cool. She ripped her motor mounts right out, trying to spit out the tranny I just put in. Which I might add, that tranny isn't really shifting any better. So looks like I'm going to be in the market in the spring for another tranny in this car. Maybe I'll do a 5-speed swap. Maybe I'll swap over to a 5-speed. That'd be nice. So when it gets the camera, the lights, I'll show you what we got going on. This side looks like I just got a little bit right in there. Not too bad on that side, but this side here is a little worse. So I figured this would be a good time to take care of that, and maybe give you guys a little rundown on how to take care of that in your own car. These Saab 9000s are known to rot out back here, but when I got this car a few years ago, I treated everything and it stopped what little there was at the time cold. Now if I hadn't treated that, it would have rotted right through like that rusty crusty green arrow we kept out of the cabbage rotted out. But this is really why I won't give up on this car, because that's not just a pine needle. The quarters aren't rotted out. The whole back of this chassis is in really good shape. Probably 3 years ago, I had a little spot starting right in here about 3 years ago. So you can kind of, if you notice, the paint isn't quite the same shade. And then I got a little mask line, but no big deal. It stopped that rust pretty darn cold. So anyway, let me get this up on the lift. Let me set up a camera so you guys can watch me do what I do, because that acid, I can actually show you that chemical reaction in real time. It's that fast that it does it. So let me get this car up on the lift, set up some way to show you what to do, and jump cut to. Okay, guys, I got this up. I got this a lot of this rust taken care of here. Well, as in exposed, and some of the flaky paint's been removed. Some stuff I keep on hand when I'm using this phosphoric acid is, one, the phosphoric acid. There's a couple ways to apply this. You can spray it on, you can put it on a clean cloth and wipe it on. I prefer spraying it. I find it gets into a lot of the areas a lot better than just wiping it does. Another important thing with this stuff is, safety glasses and gloves. You probably should have gloves. I'm going to forego the gloves because I'm only going to put a little bit on. I'm not really going to touch it too much. But you get this stuff on your skin, and you're not wondering if it got on your skin. You know it's on your skin. And it's almost as soon as it gets on, it feels like someone's sticking a needle into you. It won't really, it's not like Alien gonna burn through your skin and through the floor and crash the spaceship and all that. But it's some pretty nasty stuff. You got to respect this stuff. There's all the warnings. You're gonna see all the sad onions and don't let kids drink it and dogs eat it and all that junk. So. First thing I'm going to do, the first thing you really want to do is you want to make sure all the loose rust is off, anything flaky. If there's any layers, and you got layers of stuff, just like this napkin, you spray the outside, there's going to be layers inside that aren't going to get any of the treatment, and those are just going to continue to rust. So it's important to get all the flake off, everything flaking off, and then you want to make sure you wire brush it as best you can. I like to use air to get all the flakes, so bear with us, it's going to be kind of loud for a second. A piece of paint, that's what safety glasses are for. Paint got me in the forehead. But I've already did that a little bit, so you want to make sure you get all of that off, and you're going to use your wire brush to really. Now this fender's going to move a little on me. I still haven't put in the inner fender skirt. You'll wipe it down, or you'll sandblast it down really well, or sand it. If you really wanted to get anal, you could feather the paint edge. I'm not really going to worry because these fenders are in kind of rough shape. I'm just trying to stop the rust for now, so There we go, looks pretty good. Another thing that this acid won't do is it won't get through like grease or oil. If you have oil on the panel or on whatever you're trying to treat, it won't cut through the oil. It will just kind of sheen off of it, just like water. So let me put on some safety glasses here, because you gotta recommend it. I'm going to put on some gloves. I'm not going to mess around, guys. I know. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm not going to screw around either. Just because I'd like to keep filming. If I get a little on my hands, I don't want to have to ditch over to the sink. Which, if you feel it on your skin, that's what you want to do. You want to go right over to your wash station and wash it right off. So, safety first. I don't want anybody getting hurt, because I told them to use phosphoric acid and then they blind themselves. I'd feel bad, guys. I'd feel bad. So, I think the way I want to do this is we're going to bring you guys right over, because it happens very quick. You'll be surprised. So, now you're going to use a very small amount of this. Also, I like to keep, you already saw the clean rags. This is for when I spray any drips that get on anything you don't really want it. You can just wipe it right up, which is really why I put the gloves on. You know, I'm not going to mess around. So I like to do something over some water, just a quick test squirt, just to make sure we got the squirt going. And you're going to use, see if I can keep this out of the light, you're going to use such a small amount of this. It's pretty much just enough to wet the panel down. And then we're going to wipe off all the excess. Now you can see right away, you see that? You see that? All up in here. You see everywhere where it was just a little bit of rust. Now look at it. Look how fast that... Isn't that just amazing? Isn't that the most amazing thing? I'm just watching the rust melt off this car. And then what it can't attack, it will just turn into an encapsulation of what's there. Looks like I need a little more up in this area here. And that's really it. It's that easy. Now, I'm going to give that, you let that dry for a while. You can let it sit overnight. You can let it sit for a little while. It'll turn all this red in 15 minutes or so. Will turn black. You can see it's starting to turn black right where that washed out light is. It's kind of hard to get the right light on this. There we go. It's a little better. But you can see it's starting to turn a little black everywhere. How do you like that, huh? And she keeps on filming. Were you this way? You were this way. That sucked. But whatever, away she goes. But anyways, you can see it just right in front of our face, just turning. Wish I get it to focus a little better, but well, that's it. That's how you do that, guys. And then what you really want to do is just prime it and treat it. You can just use a regular primer and your favorite paint. Spray paint's fine. Probably if you're going to do this, you would take the trim off. But like I said, I just wanted to show you guys what to use on your own cars. This being a Saab 9000. Some of these up here in New England are pretty rusty, like I said, back around the rear quarters. Another spot these like to rust out, and it looks like mine's doing, I should probably get on the ball, is right up in here, these little rear support areas. So it looks like I got some punkiness going on there. And then I got, a little hole back here, which is really common, and this is very repairable. I should probably do that. Maybe next week I'll take care of that on video. I had another Saab 9000 in here over the summer that was supposedly rust-free, that had the rust right there. But where you really got to worry about is where these links mount. And it looks like I got to get into treating that too. That's the way she is up here in the Rust Belt though, boys. That's the way she is. So looks like I got a little more treating and a little more repairing ahead of me. But I've been here long enough today. I think I've been here long enough, and I'll save this for another video. Yeah, everything else under here is looking pretty good, other than those chazzled motor mounts. So anyways, guys, I hope the phosphoric acid works for you. I hope it keeps your car out of the cabbage too. So anyways, now let me get well, I don't want to get my light, but I don't know if this shows up, but it's all black now. So I'll just let that dry, and then you wipe it with your rag to get the excess off of it once it gets to this point. And then you want it to be good and dry. Wow, I can't believe just how well that works. You know what? I gotta get the light. I gotta show you guys. Now, this is all real time. Look at that one right there. You know, it's almost all clean, almost all clean metal. That was just a chunk of rust 5 minutes ago. And this phosphoric acid is just chowing that rust right out. I mean, it's just amazing how it can get nice clean metal. There we go, nice and focused in. And everywhere it couldn't will just turn into that encapsulation. Now, everywhere where it's clean metal will rust again, so you do have to prime it with a rusty metal primer and a little bit of touch-up paint, you know, spray paint, whatever you want to keep it from rusting. If it's already at this point, you can use your rattle can, and that's what I'm going to use here. That's what I used on the back here years ago, and on the outside, it looks good. The inside panel I got to get on, but we'll get on that next week, I think, guys. So anyways, like I was saying, I hope this helped you out. If you have any questions, if you want to know anything more about phosphoric acid, you have any concerns, you know, you want any tips or anything, just leave a message on the comment. You know, I like the thumbs up. I love getting comments on my videos. I like to interact with you guys and help you guys keep your cars out of the cabbage. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna go make the best of this first snowy day of the season, and until next time, you keep it out of the cabbage too.